Hi everyone, you're listening to the Bridgeway podcast. The purpose of these podcasts is to give us the opportunity to share information and thoughts with you and to inspire all of you who work at Bridgeway. As ever, we'd love to hear from you, so if you've got any feedback, please get in touch.
Hi everyone and welcome to our end of year Bridgeway podcast. As always, I'm joined by Pino to talk about this year, which has been very special because we've celebrated our 30 years. I think it's been a bit of a roller coaster. How would you describe it, Pino?
I'd say roller coaster is a good description, Lisa, for how the year's gone. I mean, making it to 30 is a massive milestone. We've changed a lot in that time. We've done a lot, and getting to that position is something that we should all be very proud of, and I'm very proud of. We've had some bumps. It was tough to say goodbye to Wales and Western after so many years on that contract. We weren't successful in retaining EREC, but what I can say is that I'm immensely proud of what we've achieved in Western and Wales over the last in excess of 20 years, and also what we did in that 5-year term, or we'll do in that 5-year term on EREC. I think our delivery's been of a world-class standard. I think the people that we brought on board from an EREC perspective integrated into the business. We've grown the team. The guys that came across have been amazing. They've put their trust in us. They've delivered. We've delivered as collectively, and I think the rail industry is a better place for us being in it. I still think we're still in the game. There's still a lot to do. It's quite difficult at the moment in terms of what's happening in the economy, and it's the economy that's driven some of these outcomes clearly. But just because things are like they are now doesn't mean that they're always going to be that way. We're very good at pivoting. We're very good at problem solving. I think the future will create new problems, and I think we're in a prime spot to be the type of organisation that helps to fix them.
And we've had some celebrations, haven't we? So you mentioned the 30 years, but there's also the King's Award as well.
Oh yeah, King's Awards really sort of topped off a 30-year celebration really well.
And that was all about social mobility, which is kind of cornerstone of Bridgeway, isn't it?
Promoting opportunity through social mobility. I mean, winning the Queen's Enterprise Award in 2017 for sustainable development was a major milestone. The social mobility one, from a personal perspective, means a lot to me. It's my journey, and it's many of the people in the business's journey. So a great achievement, and really good to get that recognition.
So things are difficult at the minute, and like you said, we're always good at spotting opportunities, and we come out from these times better. What examples can you give of where we've done that in the past, where we've had that diversity and spotted opportunities and things?
We started out as 3 engineers, Brian, Andy and myself, just wanting to do underwater inspection and some structures inspections, and diversified the business into what it is today. Geomatics, site and ground investigation, assurance and compliance services, ACS. They were all add-ons, and they were all pivoted opportunities that just came along the way, and I see us doing lots more of that in the future.
So we decided to go with a different approach this year, and rather than me just ask you the questions, we've asked people to submit questions to you.
Right.
And we've had a good response to that. I've got some fun things to ask you at the end, and we'll come on to those.
Okay.
But what's clear, though, is that people want to hear about the future. I think we've obviously done the podcast this year that we're looking back on the 30 years. But it's kind of about, what's on the horizon for Bridgeway. So the first question, and like I say, various people have asked this, where do you see the business 5 years from now, and what plans do we have on the horizon?
We will definitely be playing a key role in the rail industry in the next 5 years, and that rail industry will look different to what it does now. Great British Railways is in transition. It's going, the whole bill around the parliamentary aspect of it is going through Parliament. It's going to become a thing. There will be this Great British Railway business that will take over what Network Rail does, and it's going to include train operating services as well as the infrastructure, and I see us playing a key role in that. I think it will broaden opportunities around the train operating company side of it, which is an area that we haven't really got too involved with, but there's a lot of infrastructure out there that revolves around train management and depots and whatever else. So I see us playing a key role in that.
So how do you see the growth evolving in the coming years, and what is your vision for us?
Diversifying into those areas as Great British Railway defines what its challenges are.
Yeah.
Because it starts to look, Great British Railway will start to look something that is akin to what my world looked like when I worked for British Rail.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, a modern version of that with modern opportunities and modern challenges. I think we'll take advantage of some of those opportunities as they evolve. But there's also the fact that we'll diversify into different sectors, and an example of that is the SIGI team.
Yeah.
Chris Hustler, who's an AD within that team, is delivering work for the water industry, and that's really exciting. It isn't rail; it doesn't have to be rail. We're smart,
that's driven,
spotting opportunities, diversifying to different sectors. It's quite exciting in that sense.
Yeah. So, how should we as a team look to those challenges of the future?
I think it's important that we carry on collaborating as individuals. We need to be flexible. We've got to not let the change get on top of us, and it's easier said than done. But routine's great, and it's always nice to know what you're doing and what you've got to do tomorrow or in the coming weeks. But it's embracing change and accepting that sometimes the world will happen to you, and we can't control what the world throws at us, but it's up to us how we react to it. The age-old saying is, you don't choose the music life plays you, but it's up to you how you dance. Yeah. And I think that's the key thing for us, is to get our heads around what the changes are, and then decide collaboratively, collectively, as a group of people who are diverse, and diverse teams are really good at problem solving complex problems, and I think we're entering into a complex problem phase, and I just, we've always thrived in those types of environments, albeit it's tough.
And we can't always do things the way we've always done it, can we? There's got to be that change.
We've got to be willing to take a look at what's going on and come up with new ideas, new ways to function. And innovation is going to play a key role in that. Yeah. And some of it will be AI based and technical, and other bits will be innovation around process and the way we do things, the way people work together. Yeah. We're really good at collaborating. I want to say thanks to all the different departments within the business, because some have been really busy, and others have been less so. And I think it's really important that we give recognition to the fact that collaboration and people being willing to go and work in someone else's team, doing something that they're not necessarily wanting to do, but doing it because it's good for the business, has really helped us keep good quality people in the company.
So with any change, there'll always be a level of uncertainty, and I think there is that right now, isn't there? Could you provide any reassurance to anybody that's listening?
Yeah, look, we're here for you as a team. Bridgeway's a family orientated, cultural business. We understand that change creates anxiety, creates strain and pressure. We ask you to be patient, but we also invite you to throw your ideas in. If you think that there's ways that the business could be pivoting, doing something different, functioning better, it's all helpful to help the business transition through what is economically, and if you take economics, world scale stuff with the likes of Donald Trump and what's happening in Russia and all that kind of dynamic, right down to what's happening at the moment in politics in terms of the UK and budgets with Rachel Reeves and all that kind of stuff. We need to work together. We've survived much tougher economic crises than these. We've been through a number of them, and the global financial crisis in 2008 that ran through to 2010 in effect. It was tough. We got through it. Our foundation is really firm. We've got a really solid business model. But we have to change, and I'll just ask people to come with us on that journey.
Yeah, and communication's key, isn't it? So yes, it is tough times. If people need anything, like you say, they need to tell us, don't they?
Just share it. Don't suffer in silence.
Yeah.
It's really easy to catastrophize around stuff.
Yeah.
The fear of what might come is often worse than the reality. But understanding why things are happening, why they are, and how we get through them is really helpful. And I think we do that well together as an organisation, as a team.
So it's obviously been a milestone year. What's been the highlight for you?
Having the Lord Lieutenant Professor Veronica Picking come in and along with the Deputy Lieutenants present the award in front of all the staff and really explain the depth of it and what it means, and the fact that it's a citation that's approved by the King. That was special, yeah. And having the staff there to be part of it. I think when we did the Queen's Enterprise Award, I didn't know what to expect, and we ended up in a small side room, and I was really keen that it was everybody's award to be there to receive, which was great. On a personal level, meeting the King at Windsor Castle was pretty special. There were a lot of tall guys around. I did feel like a dwarf in them. It's sort of like King's equerries and support team were all pretty tall guys. But it was an amazing event. Going to Windsor, going in, meeting the King, being lucky enough to have some photos with him was very special. And then the other. From a health and wellbeing perspective, having my hip replaced in January.
Was that this year?
That was this year. It feels like a long time ago.
Does, yeah. Well, it's nearly 12 months, I suppose. It?
So it's been. So that's been. That's gone really well.
Back to playing tennis.
Back to playing tennis. Back playing paddle. Doing some gym work. I feel better now than I have done for years, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find that balance of how far do I push myself before I start going backwards and doing any damage. So I definitely don't want to do that. Yeah. And the interesting thing is, I mean, in terms of this year, I'm about 310 days streak into doing Duolingo and learning French.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah, and I started that because I was bored and I was going to be sat at home with crutches and not being able to do a lot. So instead of doing loads of reading, I decided I'd learn French. Yeah. And I think I'm getting better at it.
Amelia speaks French, doesn't she, your daughter?
She does, yeah.
Does. You practice with
her?
No,
we don't. It wouldn't be a good thing.
Oh.
It probably wouldn't be a good dynamic, but...
Have you found it easy because you can speak Italian or not? Sometimes they say that, don't they? That you can speak one language.
Do you know what? It's really strange because I have found it's a Latin language, so being able to be fluent in Italian helps. But the thing that I never realised would benefit is the fact that my mum and dad came from a place called Avellino near Naples. Yeah. And the Neapolitan dialect has French words in it.
Oh, okay.
Which the normal Italians and my wife Carolyn, when she was learning Italian, always got frustrated about, because she'd say, well, how do you get to that word? So, for example, if you're buying something in Italian, if you're buying a thing, la compri. Comprare is the word for buying. Yeah. But in Naples, in Avellino, we say acata. And it's like, Cameron's like, well, how does that word resemble that one? Yeah. Well, in French, it's achète.
Oh, okay.
So actually, that word is a French word, and at one point, the French were heavily involved in running Naples. So that's been quite a pleasant surprise. So you know what, it just goes to show, sort of, So
that's good. So someone asked and highlighted how much they enjoyed the summer party that we did for the 30th, and obviously we've held events like that in the past. But we've been asked whether we'll be bringing it back as an annual event.
Yeah, we'd like to, but I think what we've got to do in the short to medium term is just get our heads around what the economics look like going forwards. I mean, business, the new government that we've got in have made quite a lot of changes, and it's added a lot of cost into businesses, with a number of taxes and national insurance hikes and minimum wage stuff, we've got to get our heads around how that evolves, along with what does the spend profile look like in the rail sector. I would definitely like to do it again. We used to do it regularly, but I need to see how things pan out over the next 6 months.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few big milestones to hit around different areas of contracts, and some of them, you know, I think some of the stuff that we have lost, I think we might get another bite of the cherry.
Yeah.
So it's a case of watch this space. But it's at the moment, as things stand right now, it's important that we're prudent, and it's important that we only do stuff that allows the business to be stable and move
make
forward.
sensible decisions. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
but if all goes well, I'd love to.
Yeah.
But let's watch this space.
So we'll get on to the more personal questions now.
Personal questions.
You ready for these?
Go on then.
So, what is your favourite Christmas song?
Crikey. Famous Christmas song. There'd probably be a few. I think when I was a younger guy, I used to like the Emerson, Lake and Palmer, They Said There'd Be Snow at Christmas song, which was quite good. But then, if I had to pick one, it would be Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to me after I got married, especially when I had kids. But there was the first Christmas of running Bridgeway, which was 2 Christmases after we got married. Brian and I were involved in reconstructing a bridge at Nebworth.
Yeah.
And I took the Christmas Eve shift. So I went to work I got down to Nebworth at 10 o'clock at night. And we were stripping the tracks away, pulling all the catenary off. Diggers were coming in, digging out all the top of the bridge deck, and then demolition. And I got the bridge ready on the night shift for the new bridge to be slid in. And Christmas morning, daylight broke about off 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Off 7-ish, and it was a really sharp frost, bright sunshine, and the site agent's wife was on site, and she made bacon and eggs rolls and served them with Christmas napkins.
Yeah.
And I had my breakfast. Brian came, debriefed him, and I drove home for Christmas.
Yeah. So
and just drove up the A1, and it was that thing of, and I didn't go to bed. I said to myself, I don't need sleep. I'm going to sleep really well Christmas evening. And Carolyn and I had our first proper Bridgeway Christmas, so that song would probably be mine.
Favourite Christmas film?
If I can take the kids side out of it and pressure of, it definitely wouldn't be The Grinch, and it definitely wouldn't be. It might be what's the one with Tom Hanks? The
Polar Express.
Polar Express. It could be that one, but actually I'd go with Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I just love the story.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it there's a dark side to it, but I love the fact that Dickens just did a cracking job. The story just works really well, and I'd say it'd be that. And there's loads of different versions of them in there. So.
There is, yeah. So another question. So if Bridgeway had a theme tune, what would it be?
Oh, it's for me easy one. Stereophonics Dakota.
Yeah. We used that, didn't we, on the 25th anniversary?
Yeah, we did that whole thing of take a look at me now type thing. And I you know what? We're there again. There again. We're getting the market, the rail industry is getting buffeted around by politics and available spend. The business and our peers within the industry are struggling, and it's going to be one of those where you've got to fight your way through it, and then it'll be that thing, right? We dealt with that, and look at what we did. That's the challenge. Definitely that song.
I think this has come about because it's this time of year, isn't it, when these programmes are on the TV. But if you could be in one of either show, I'm a Celebrity or Strictly, which would it be?
Oh, crikey. I'd like to say I'm a celeb, but I think they'd be too it'd be too X-rated. I think I think I'd be too fiery for it, and there'd be far too many bleep. The bleep machine would probably break. I quite like. I've always been interested in. I like dancing.
Yeah.
If you did,
I've seen a few dance moves.
There's been a
Christmas
few,
yeah.
and they've always been dodgy and made up. So I'd probably enjoy Strictly, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think I'd enjoy the learning process. It looks painful because I think it's physically pretty demanding, and I think it's really good from a point of view of your brain having to do some serious work to remember all this stuff. I think I'd quite like that. I find it a challenge. They'd need to find me a short partner though.
You said that, not me.
Well, I thought I'd get it in before anyone else did. Yeah.
If you did go in the jungle, who would you take with you though?
Oh, there'd be. I'd probably take my leadership team at Bridgeway. If I was so far from if it was a business orientated thing, I'd want my guys around me, or the team. But if I needed to be in there, I'd probably take my brother Pete. I think he'd just be funny, and I think I'd take Pete. I
think Pete always makes you smile, doesn't he?
He makes you smile.
In whatever situation.
Yeah, and we sometimes we do have that love-hate relationship. He was the best. He was the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
I'd take Pete. Be funny.
And the last one, if you could swap places with someone for 24 hours, who would it be?
Oh, crikey. It'd be a toss-up between Heidi Alexander, who's the transport minister, or Jeremy Westlake, who's the CEO of Network Rail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'd want to put a few things straight, to be honest.
You got a list of things to do in 24 hours.
of things. You know what? Let's do this, and this. And
What can you change?
We'd change a few things.
And this is the last one actually. What do you think are Italy's chances in the World Cup against Northern Ireland?
Crikey.
Always comes back to football.
Always comes back to football. I mean, Italy, it's crazy, isn't it? Italy haven't been in have missed 2 World Cups now, and they potentially could miss a third. And it's nuts. But it just goes to show you can't take anything for granted. Yeah. And the competition there aren't any bum teams anymore in the World Cup. Yeah. Everybody plays to a really good standard nowadays. People are super fit. I'd love to say that Italy would get through, but I wouldn't take it for granted.
No. You're not going to say what the score's going to be? No, don't want to put.
Well, they've got Northern Ireland, and then if they beat Northern Ireland, they would then have another match that they'd need to be winning as well. So they've got to get through this next one, and then there's another one after that. And I think what resonates with me with Italy is the fact that Italy's won the World Cup 4 times. I've seen them win it twice in my lifetime, and obviously we won the Euros. In 2001, and you'd think that because of that, this team has got to get into the finals. And actually, you know what? Nobody's entitled to anything anymore. Yeah, you get it because you're good enough. You get it because you work hard enough. You get it because you think out the box, push yourself, collaborate, work together as a team. Clearly, something's not working in Italian football. And I'd say the world of business is exactly the same. Yeah. And it's that kind of thing. We've done some amazing stuff. I think we're really well respected as a business. But in reality, so what? That's great, and having that brand's really good. But let's carry on doing the stuff that's got us to where we are, and then let's think about what's the new version of it? Because everybody does the old stuff. It's really easy to copy. Imitation's the highest form of flattery. Yeah. But people catch up. So what's next?
That's that innovation, isn't it?
But the answer is Italy's going to win.
Of course.
No pressure.
So before we finish, what's any final message for Christmas and the New Year to everyone that's listening?
A big thank you for being part of us getting to that 30-year milestone. A big thank you for the fact that we won a King's Enterprise Award, and for what we won it for, the promoting opportunity through social mobility award. I think we were only one of 10 organisations nationally to win one, and we're the first organisation in Nottinghamshire ever to win that award, which is amazing. I want to thank everybody that's worked tirelessly to get us to where we've got to on the EREC programme. I'm really proud of what we've achieved together. We're going to be parting company with some amazing people, which I'll do with a heavy heart. But you know, those relationships for me will always exist, and you know, we will evolve as an organisation. And I'd want all those people that are within those teams or in others that are potentially, you know, because of what's happening in the industry at the moment, potentially not going to be at Bridgeway. I just want to make sure everybody remembers that we're here, and that when opportunities change, we'll be talking to them, and just to say thank you. And then we've got a whole bunch of people who will be working over Christmas and New Year. You know, thank you for giving up your time. Please thank your families for supporting you. Everybody in the company over the last 12 months. It's not easy working in rail, but it's an important job. The UK rail sector is a really important part of the economy. We provide a lot of value. There's a lot of opportunities to come from what rail investment can draw in that might not be government based. It may come from outside the railways. It may be organisations that want to build tire blocks near stations or on stations or whatever. So there's more to come. So big thank you to everyone, really, and be safe.
Yeah. So, and obviously, just while we're talking about Christmas, it's not everybody's favourite time of year, is it? And it can be difficult for some people. So, just obviously, like we said before, if anyone's got any issues, then obviously please reach out to Wellbeing Champions or the People team.
Yeah, definitely.
So thank you, Pino. Thanks for being open and honest with the personal questions. And thanks to everyone that put the questions into us as well. I appreciate that. So have a great Christmas and thanks very much for listening.
Thank you, Lisa.